Mitch Albom's novel, The First Phone Call from Heaven, delves into the extraordinary events unfolding in a small town nestled by Lake Michigan. The tale begins with Tess Rafferty, a resident of Coldwater, Michigan, receiving a voicemail from her mother who had succumbed to Alzheimer's years ago. This inexplicable communication astonishes Tess, making her the first in town to report receiving a phone call from the afterlife. However, she quickly discovers that she is not alone in this phenomenon as other townsfolk start sharing similar experiences. Among those affected is Jack Sellers, the local police chief, who receives a phone call from his deceased son, Robbie. Overwhelmed with emotions, Jack grapples with the significance of this contact, particularly in relation to his wife, Doreen, who has been battling depression since their son's passing. Wrestling with the decision, Jack chooses to keep the phone call a secret from her. Simultaneously, Catherine Yellen receives a phone call from her departed sister, adding another layer of mystery to the unfolding events. In tandem with the townspeople receiving these ethereal phone calls, Sully Harding is released from military prison. Welcomed by his parents and his young son, Jules, Sully faces the grief of losing his wife, Giselle, who had been in a coma and recently passed away. Carrying her ashes in an urn, Sully struggles with finding a purpose and direction in his life. Seeking a fresh start, Sully moves into a new apartment and embarks on a job hunt. However, as an ex-convict, he faces the harsh reality of prejudice and rejection. The weight of his past follows him, impeding his efforts to reintegrate into society. Despite the challenges, Sully musters the strength to care for Jules, who now resides with him instead of his grandparents. Eventually, Sully seizes an opportunity to work at a local newspaper selling ads, recognizing the need to take any available job. Even if it is not his true calling, the narrative weaves together the interconnected lives of these characters, each grappling with personal struggles and the enigmatic phone calls from the afterlife. Mitch Albom's captivating storytelling illuminates the human condition, exploring themes of loss, redemption, and the profound impact of extraordinary occurrences on ordinary lives. The news of Catherine Yellen's revelation about the phone calls she has been receiving spreads like wildfire, creating a stir within the church congregation. Pastor Warren is caught off guard and unsure how to respond to this unprecedented phenomenon, unlike anything he has encountered before. The neighboring congregations offer no insights either, leaving him pondering whether these occurrences should be regarded as miraculous and if his church members have been chosen for a greater purpose. As the news travels far and wide, Pastor Warren becomes increasingly concerned about the impact it will have on the small town's reputation. Soon, pilgrims from near and far begin flocking to Coldwater, with many setting up camp on Catherine Yellen's front lawn. This influx of attention divides the community, evoking excitement in the mayor who sees it as an opportunity to put the town on the map. Eager to capitalize on the situation, the mayor calls a town meeting, during which numerous residents come forward to share their own experiences of receiving these mysterious phone calls. Intrigued by the rumors circulating about the calls, Sully takes it upon himself to investigate. His quest begins at the town library, where he encounters Liz, the new librarian, who assists him in locating the obituaries of the deceased individuals making these phone calls. Sully notices a peculiar pattern. The obituaries are all written by the same person, Maria, from the local funeral home. Delving deeper into his inquiry, he discovers that Maria has recorded interviews with the departed and keeps written transcriptions in her office. Meanwhile, the relentless phone calls continue to plague the residents of Coldwater, leading some to the brink of madness and causing rifts among skeptics. Recognizing an opportunity, Sully covertly enters Maria's office and manages to acquire the transcriptions. However, upon returning to the library to further examine the records, he is disheartened to find them missing, leaving him at a crossroads in his investigation. As tensions rise and the mystery deepens, the small town of Coldwater grapples with the consequences of these inexplicable phone calls from the afterlife. Mitch Albom's The First Phone Call from Heaven intricately explores the intertwining stories of its characters and the profound impact of the unknown on their lives, leaving them searching for answers and grappling with their beliefs and doubts. Sully finds himself confronted by Jack, who accuses him of being behind the mysterious phone calls. Taken to the police station for questioning, Sully manages to convince Jack of his innocence and clear his name. Renewed in his determination to unravel the truth, Sully dives deeper into his investigation. In a conversation with his father, Sully learns about Horace, the owner of the funeral home, who recently acquired the property. Discovering that Horace has a military background and is originally from Virginia, Sully becomes suspicious, particularly noting that Horace doesn't work on Fridays. This newfound information sparks Sully's curiosity, leading him to pay a visit to Horace at his farmhouse. Upon reaching Horace's home, Sully uncovers the intricate setup that allows Horace to fabricate the phone calls. His suspicions are confirmed, and Horace confesses, revealing that he orchestrates the calls as a means to alleviate his guilty conscience. Shockingly, Horace admits to being responsible for the plane crash that resulted in Sully's imprisonment in the military. Eager to share this revelation with the people of Coldwater, Sully rushes to spread the news. However, he is involved in a severe car accident that leaves him on the brink of death. In his fragile state, hovering between life and death, Sully hears the voice of his deceased wife, Giselle. Doubtful and assuming it to be another one of Horace's tricks, Sully questions the authenticity of the encounter. Fortunately, Sully is rescued and transported in an ambulance. It is during this critical moment that he learns the shocking truth: Horace had been found dead long before Sully received the phone call from his wife. Sully realizes that he is the only person in Coldwater to have experienced a genuine phone call from the afterlife. Mitch Albom's The First Phone Call from Heaven delves into the intricate web of deception, guilt, and redemption as Sully unravels the mystery behind the ethereal phone calls. Through his journey, Sully not only uncovers the truth but also grapples with his own beliefs and experiences a profound connection with the world beyond. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.